Alright, just to preface this video before we actually start, generally all my videos I spend around 4-ish months working on it from the day I get the product to the day the video comes out. For this video, I legitimately only had around 6 weeks, which is, a month and a half, from the day I got the product to today when the video is coming out, which is pretty much nothing with all the testing I do and the video production, script writing. So this is a very low quality video. The reason I had to do that is because the people that supplied the product, Osight, wanted the video to be out by a certain time, and I really wanted to get one of these to see if they fixed it. So that's kind of the compromise. This is a first impressions video. If it holds up, I will be releasing a full-length video. Full-length video, something more in depth later on. Yeah, I apologize. If this is your first exposure to my channel, please watch my other videos. They're much better than this. They're much more high quality. I generally spend, 4 months on them, and there's a whole bunch of B-roll scripts. They're really well made. This is not one of those, but this is just kind of my first impressions of the Osight. So I appreciate you for clicking on this video, and let's get right into it. Osight, yep. Pretty much around a month ago, Osight sent me an email, and they're like, we like your night vision content. Do you want to review an Osight? And I was like, sure, because I saw a video of their night vision performance, and I was pretty impressed. But then I saw a lot of videos from people that I trust well that said that these things don't hold zero at all. If you watch anything on my channel, I really like testing if things hold zero, kinda. So that's what we're kind of doing. So I initially wanted to do the full review before I make a video, because that's how I always do. I don't like releasing premature videos. So when I told the person that sent me this, I was like, hey, this video will probably come out in December. They're like, that's not going to cut it for us. I was like, what do I got to do? And they're like, we want a video in October. I was like, dang, that's fast, especially because I like getting, at least 1,000 rounds behind something before I tell you my opinions on it. So pretty much I was like, you know what, okay, if I have to do it, I'll do an initial impressions video in October. All right, getting right into it. As I previously said, I really don't have much time behind this, so coordinating with that, I don't have that many rounds through it. I have barely 150 rounds. And all of that has been on my 16-inch 5.56 AR-15. I don't actually own a optics ready handgun. I'll be grabbing one pretty soon. So I just bought a Monstrum RMR 12 o'clock LVPO mount. It just clamps onto your RMR and do a clamps onto your LVPO and you mount an RMR on top of it. And that has been working actually pretty nicely. I was afraid it wouldn't work too well, but I've had no issues with the mount. So because of that, this thing's gone through a lot less recoil than it would on a pistol, because pistols have their reciprocating mass. So we're already kind of babying it at this point. So how is it held up? Pretty much for the initial rounds, which was like 50 or so, held up just fine, just zeroed it, did a good amount of range shooting with it. Not a good amount, but got some rounds through it. And it worked. Like, there wasn't really any issues, no major drift. So after that, I decided to kind of speed up the process, so let's play the video. This is the initial group after a few rounds on the Osight. That is the group with my LVPO 5.0, right? This one's a little lower because I have different zero distances. Because I zeroed this for 25 yards. I believe this is zeroed for 50 or 100. I need to double check that. I think 50 right now, but it doesn't matter for this test. Let's get this thing some rounds through it and some abuse, and let's do it again. So pretty clear up bit 3 right there, but the LVPO stacked. Except there's one flyer, I think. I'll have to double check the footage. I think I may have thrown a shot on accident somehow. Weird. That is surprising though. I gotta be completely honest. I did not expect that. So this is our initial group with the Osight. I was aiming right here. Remember last time we had an upward shift, so that would track. This is at 25 yards. That was the initial group with the LVPO. Looks like I need to bring it over, maybe a minute or two to the right. Mark these, we'll get some views, some rounds down. Probably only like 30-ish rounds, and we'll throw it around just because ammo's expensive right now, and then we'll be able to kind of see how it handled that in the short term. Because if it can handle that, then it might be worth the time to, you know, put a whole bunch of rounds on it. If it can't, then it is what it is, right? Shoulder height, drop, body arm. Okay, so we actually had 1, 2, 3, because that one was marked. These two were not marked, those were marked. 3, so I'm guessing that's a flyer. We get to try it one more time. Up here, where I was aiming, not a single one in target. That was the original group, 1, 2, 3. Looks like we have 1, 2, 3 right there. I threw my rifle around and there was some shift. The amount of shift was honestly, in my opinion, pretty minimal compared to what I expected. I expected it to completely break and shatter. As you can see, a bit of the glass is cracked in that corner. You can see at the top. But like in use, it really doesn't affect anything. So take that as you will. Okay, you saw the videos. Pretty much during heavy abuse, it does shift a little bit. During normal use, it's pretty fine. That's on an AR-15. That's not on a pistol. So we're kind of easing into it. Okay, so what do I like about it? First thing, I actually really like the packaging. I know that's kind of stupid, but it's nice. Box right there. Pull it out. I don't know if this is exactly how it is. I'm really bad at keeping things like this, but you know, optic, charger, and in here it's like really, really well organized. I think I put that in backwards, but this is where your charger is. This is where like your cloth and stuff is. This is what I really like about it. They supply to you nice little box, all your screws like that. I don't know if you can quite see it. I like that. I don't know how many other brands do that. I'm sure there are, but I think it's super nice and convenient that it's so well organized. They have different lengths for each. Packaging's nice. I know that, you know, personally for me, I think packaging's cool, but if the thing doesn't perform at all, I could care less about the packaging, you know. That's like my opinion. So that's pretty nice. The included tool is nice. It looks kind of corny. It has a, you know, super tactical skull on it, you know, but you know, this is for your screws on the top, little hex tool, and then on the back there's a little screwdriver for adjusting the elevation and windage. Pretty nice. The window size is really good. It's nice and large. It's hard to kind of show, but it's actually quite nice. You can see the dot pretty well right there, and behind the LVPO it's actually pretty good setup. I think it's on 6x right now, which is why it's hard to focus. Let's do that. Crap, there you go. Yeah, like that. Then you can go pop your head up for the red dot. Pretty nice. Yeah, the window size is great. It's nice and big. So you really don't have to search for the dot at all. You just put your head in it. I almost want to say I believe it's larger than like a T2. Which is, I know, smaller optic, but for a pistol size dot, it's actually quite nice. The night vision performance of it, which is like how dim you can get in that light transmission, is actually not terrible. I wish the dot could get dimmer. It does kind of flood out the image. I'll play some videos, but it actually transmit light pretty well. I'd be comfortable using this. I mean, it's piggybacked for that reason, is for night vision passive shooting. Yeah, so it's pretty nice. It's really windy, I apologize. There's the Osight up there. We have 2 binoculars bridged right here. So this is a Generation 2 Plus Photonis XT4. Just try to drop the brightness so you get a nice kind of realistic image. I'd say that's about what we're seeing, yeah. You can kind of see. So that's the dot right there. That's on its lowest brightness settings. It's not terrible. Then we'll switch to this is a PVS 14 Omni 7. brightness down. That's pretty much like how we're seeing it. Bring it up a bit more. There you go. You can see, so the Omni 7 is a bit higher halo, so dot might not be as crisp, but it does have quite a bit better performance. So really not terrible, not amazing, but for the price, decent. I'd say. All right, well, let's go back to you. Grab. There you go. There you go. Yeah. So not amazing, not incredible. Really quickly, let me turn on the this is a full power laser speed M6 TR. Will it turn on? Show that. There you go. So there's a full power laser behind that. You can kind of see how that goes through the optic. Right. Yeah, it's decent. Make your own observations. I'd say it's not amazing. Wouldn't be ideal to use by itself, but like in duels it's actually really nice. But duels make passive aiming so much easier. So apparently Osight has a good warranty. If you break it, they'll fix it for you. So I might ship this one back in, do the cracked glass, or if it breaks. But we're just gonna use this one until I actually get my good opinion on it. I'm not gonna fix it until the actual review. And then the last thing is decent settings, I guess. You got a good feature set. You can lock out your buttons. Use an auto sensing brightness mode. I don't like those. I like being able to be always in control of my brightness. And then normal manual brightness. Yeah. So what is meh about it? Like, what does it not do good? What does it not do bad? The amount of brightness settings is just average. There's not a whole bunch of them. I'll put up how many there are. I think it's like 10 daylight, 2 night vision. It's all right. It's not anything amazing. The actual brightness on it, like its maximum brightness is really not crazy good, but it's not like terrible at the same time. So really not anything to say about it. And then like form factor, I don't feel like it looks amazing. I don't hate the look either. Just kind of is. What I don't like and what is bad, this is the biggest part, because there's a good amount of these things. First of all, the glass warp is really bad. If you don't have your the dot perfectly centered in the window, the warp on it is terrible. Like things in the corner are gonna be all smudged and stuff. It's really, really bad. Like it almost prevents you getting depth perception properly through it. So warp on it is awful. Generally optics with bad warp don't do well under night vision, but for some reason this still does, but it's really, really bad warp. The charger, super cool idea, terrible in practice. How many of you guys have bought, you get your new scope, it has those scope caps on it. How many people still have those scope caps? I've lost so many of those. That just might be a me thing, but if you lost a scope cap, this is the scope cap that charges your battery, and there's no other way to charge your battery without this thing. So, it's a cool idea. You just press that button, shows you how much battery you have left in it. It's too dim. You can see this has 100. Pop it off, you can see right through it. There's no other way to charge the battery or replace the battery without using this. So great idea, protect your optic when you're not using it, keep the dust off of it and charge it. Cool idea. The only, there's 2 problems. First of all, this thing dies and you don't have this, you're screwed, right? This thing's just going to die. You can't recharge it. Second of all, these things are super easy to lose. I'm sure if you get a good hab of it, you won't lose it, but I don't know. It's just, I've lost it once or twice. I'm glad I found it, but it's just something I wouldn't have, I don't want to have to worry about that. And the last problem with the battery thing is, so I've kept this on this consistently. As I said, I've had this for around a month. And also I haven't had that many range trips with it, or used my rifle too much, definitely more than the average person, because I dry fire nearly daily. But the battery cap is already below 100%, and I charged it. Below nearing 50%. Right now it's roughly at 60. So at that rate, this thing's gonna be dead in 3 months, and then like I don't know what you're doing there, because this says it's at 100, but like as a combined system, this thing will be dead entirely, apparently in like 2-ish months. And I should have auto shut off on. I'll double check. If I don't have auto shut off, you know, that's on me, but still your battery life should last longer than that. So that's concerning. That makes it like nothing but a range toy to me already, is the fact that this thing is battery's bad, and it almost makes it a bad range toy too, because it's like, oh, this thing's attached to your gun, you can't find your thing, you can't even shoot your gun, right? What else? Yeah, I guess it's battery life. Then the last thing is 1 MOA adjustment isn't ideal to me, but I mean the RMR Type 2 has 1 MOA adjustment. I wish it had, you know, half, but I get why they have 1 MOA. So, conclusion, there is so many better options on the market than this right now. I like what it's trying to do. Like, oh, this is, I mean, it's an innovative idea, I guess. I like the big window is something cool. We need, you know, more large window optics on the market. Like, I like what it's trying to do. It's just not good, especially when there's better things for the price. The Siley Wolf Pro, Wolf X Pro, Overton Windex, love or hate that guy for your own reasons. That guy uses his gear for sure, and he has a like Siley Wolf X Pro that has gone to hell and back, and it is, I think, still kicking. You can go into his video, and it's amazing. So that is a durable dot that costs the same amount as this. I mean, smaller window, but it uses normal batteries. It's all right. Maybe not as good as night vision performance because smaller window, but like that's a reliable dot. And also, this is a $200 dot. If you're buying this, you probably can't afford night vision. I just thought of that now, but yeah, just saying that, throwing that out there. What else? Yeah, also, if you want a big window dot, Humble Marksman did a video on the Swamp Fox Justice 2. That is something that I've heard a lot of good things about from a lot of people. That is like a SRO type dot, and it's around the same price tag as this. So, yeah, there's 2 great options on the market for budget dots for the same price that don't suck, you know? Yeah, so pretty much what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just keep on testing it. It doesn't seem mechanically damaged at all right now, right? So it's gonna keep on using, so I'm just use it normal use. So I'm gonna not do the abuse, unless I like have a reason to for another review. I'll just use it like I normally do, and that does involve things getting bumped around. So yeah, you'll see this, a full video probably in the future. Maybe not even a full video, probably just be like this is how it held up, you know, quick 5-10 minute video. Yeah, I just took the opportunity to get one because I was curious, and here's the video on it. So enjoy.